My name is Lily Zhang.
Hi, my name is Katherine Zhou.
So I just want to start by saying that three-piece speech is awesome.
I really think that three-piece speech helped me to not only become a better performer, but also a better interpreter. And what I mean by that is, when you are a good performer, you know how to act. You know how to embrace your character. But when you're a good interpreter, you know how to understand your piece from the inside out. And I really have to thank three-piece speech for developing that foundation.
So Katherine and I have worked with a ton of three-piece speech coaches just because after every session, we keep coming back and saying, this is great, we got to do some more.
So there's Chris and Brian Wilkins, yay! They really helped us out, Lily and I, in becoming better duo partners. They taught us how to work together as a duo, how to act together as a duo, and it was just amazing.
They are incredible at blocking and at trying to create a very real but very unique experience with duo pieces especially and inter pieces in general. We also worked with Amber Jessman. She is the sweetest girl ever, and her work with characterization and drama is incredible.
When I was doing my piece, A Step from Heaven, I was supposed to portray a Korean mother, and I was just having the hardest time with it. But Amber really walked me through the lines, really walked me through the character to let me see and understand who I was becoming, who I was portraying, and I owe all of it to her. She is a genius. I had the wonderful pleasure to work with Juan de la Cruz, and he is just one of the most fantastic beings on this planet, I swear. I mean, he's so funny, he's so relaxed, he's so supportive, and he's absolutely brilliant as a coach. I can't even sum this up in words.
Where do I start with him? He is a genius. Yeah, that sums it up. He pretty much, before going to the NFL tournament both years, did something to our piece that literally revolutionized it beyond belief.
I remember the week before 2012 NFLs, when Lily and I were performing Battle Hymn of the Tiger Mother, we were in this rut. We didn't know what we were doing. We were kind of stuck. And we were like, oh my gosh, what is going on? NFLs is in a week, what do we do? And so we had our session with Juan, and he literally blew our minds. He completely revolutionized our piece, completely changed it for the better, and it was amazing. We owe everything to him.
In Battle Hymn of the Tiger Mother, he completely revolutionized our climax because we figured out that it was starting to lag because we weren't focusing on the crux of the problem. In Battle Hymn of the Tiger Mother, we realized that this relationship between Amy Chua and Lulu was coming to this tension, not because of any one specific incident, not just because of the violin, not just because of this caviar scene, but because of the mom's perspective and the way the mom viewed the daughter. And in that sense, Juan helped us realize that by telling us that we should just stop once the mom says, you are a terrible, terrible daughter. Because before, in our climax, we actually continued on where Lulu would retaliate after Amy Chua had spoken those lines. But then Juan showed us that actually that line was the crux. That line was the main idea of this entire conflict between the two women. And once we got to that point, once we eliminated all the extraneous violin and all the extraneous, oh, you yell at me here, it just became a much more powerful climax because it focused on just the connection between the two characters. For A Step from Heaven, the main thing that we ended up changing that Juan helped us realize in this piece was the structure of the piece. This story was of a mother and daughter learning to cope with both the influences of America, but more importantly, the influences of an abusive husband. And in this case, we started to extend the build to the climax a bit too long, and Juan helped us just really to condense it into something very spectacular in a short amount of time. And so he showed us that we could actually combine scenes that ended up being very similar in their message, and that's where we ended up with our final product with the climax. When we condensed that into one, the overall message and that overall effect was just so much more powerful. And Juan definitely helped us with that. If you want your performance to go to that next level, try out 3-piece speech.
There is no other online coaching service just like it.
Our performance has definitely improved immensely.
3-piece speech helped me understand that there are no limits. You can do whatever you want.
Even though it's just a 1-hour Skype session, it turns out like the connection you make with the coaches is so much deeper than that. And then when we see them at nationals or at other tournaments, it's like they are part of our Interp family, and it's such a great relationship to have.
The experience with 3-piece speech is definitely worth the cost. In fact, I think the prices that they offer you are so much less than what they're actually worth.
For $30, you could buy 6 $5 footlongs, or you could buy an hour 3-piece speech session. Freshman 15 is a real thing, so I would totally go for the hour speech session.
They give you just amazing insight, amazing critiques that you can take and apply to every single piece. Not just one piece, every single piece you do.
I think I should just write a big thank you in the forensics sky and just call it a day, because honestly, forensics has been the biggest activity during my high school career, and it's really changed me for the better. If you want your performance to go to that next level, try out 3-piece speech.